Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a blessed Sunday. And in the news this morning, ATM stolen, hardware robbed in Longville Park, Clarendon. A National Commercial Bank automated teller machine that was boarded up to protect it from Hurricane Beryl was stolen in Longville Park, Clarendon on Saturday. The police reported that an unspecified sum of cash was taken. The machine's vault was later discovered in the nearby Sandy Bay community. According to reports, the ATM had been closed to the public since Tuesday and protected with plywood to shield it from the anticipated effects of Hurricane Beryl. Meanwhile, police say the Stewart's hardware, which is adjacent to the ATM, was also broken into and robbed. The hardware's store manager reportedly discovered the break-in and the theft at approximately 8 a.m. on Saturday. Some community members have attributed the theft to the ongoing power outage in the southeastern community. Longville Park has been without electricity since early Wednesday ahead of rains and winds associated with Hurricane Beryl. Investigations are ongoing. JPS warns customers against impersonators connecting electricity for a fee. The Jamaica Public Service is warning the public against making payments to impersonators who are posing as workers of the company and are offering to reconnect electricity for a fee. JPS laments that not only does this unethical and illegal practice put the lives of the culprits and the customers who are paying them in jeopardy, but also JPS workers who are currently on the ground interfacing with power lines and electrical infrastructure. The Light and the Power Company has also warned that the practice could set back restoration efforts. JPS has underscored how critical it is that its teams follow safety protocols in order to prevent damage to people's appliances and equipment, and most importantly, their lives. The utility company is reminding the public that every legitimate GPS worker will have their photo IDs on their person and that no GPS worker will be soliciting payment to have lights reconnected. JPS is also reassuring the public that a lot of ground has been made over the past 48 hours since the passage of Hurricane Beryl. Customers are being reminded to get updates from official JPS channels to keep abreast of where the company is carrying out works today and over the next couple of days. Junction and its environs battered by Beryl. The scale of the devastation unleashed by Category 4 Hurricane Beryl on St. Elizabeth started to emerge later last week as residents of Junction and the neighboring districts started recovery activities in an effort to return their lives to some level of normalcy. On Friday, Primrose Smalling, a resident of Top Hill near Junction, told the news that she has been left in a tight spot having lost her roof. Usually I lose a few sheets of zinc. Nothing like this. One occasion before I lost 3 sheets of zinc. The Solitex never moved, so it wasn't as devastating as now, she said. I just put my faith in God and said this is it. My neighbors called me in the night and told me that the roof is gone. I just said to myself, this is my time now, Smalling told the news while watching her son trying to place a tarpaulin over a section of the house. Right now we are just trying to secure one room with a tarpaulin and put the things in there. I have lost everything. Settee, the things in the kitchen. The stove is full of water. It is sad, but I just have to trust in God. I am just hoping that I will get help and that everything can be put back together, she said. Shanette Rochester, who lives in Dunbar Hill, related her harrowing experience during the passage of the hurricane last Wednesday. It was horrible because we had never experienced anything like this before. I was taking it lightly, to be honest, because we didn't batten down our windows. When we were there and we saw the breeze and how strong it was, we were trying to hold the windows. We couldn't hold them any longer. They just shattered on us, she said, while pointing to neighbors whose windows, although battened down before the storm, were also damaged and roofs ripped off. It is only a pity for some who don't have it, so we are just waiting on a tradesman to give us an estimate to go to the hardware to get it repaired, she added. We were in the bedroom and we had to move to the dining hall area, and then the zinc there went too. The whole experience was horrible, Rochester said. Simone, a bar operator in Shaddock Hill, Bull Savannah, a few miles south of Junction, described her experience as terrible. "We had very heavy rain. Many people lost their roofs. For me, I had to stand at my door and hold it to stop the wind from opening it, so that water don't come in. The way the breeze was powerful from 3 o'clock to 8 o'clock was terrible. This was worse than Hurricanes Ivan and Dean," she said. "We don't know when we are going to see back electricity. From the storm happened, nobody not interested to drink. Them stress out over their houses we mash up. The money that they have now, they are going to have to use it to put back zinc on their roofs," she added. Generators are now in high demand in St. Elizabeth, with scores of residents also lining up at the service stations in Junction to get diesel and petrol for the units. The damage to utility poles in the southern parish is also said to be the worst when compared to other parishes. Motorists advised to cautiously navigate signalized roadways impacted by Hurricane Beryl. The police are advising motorists to be careful when approaching signalized roadways damaged by the passing of Hurricane Beryl. The powerful Category 4 Hurricane's eye passed just 45 miles south of Kingston, leaving many Jamaicans without electricity. The outages have also affected several traffic signals. Head of the Public Safety and Traffic Enforcement Branch, Assistant Commissioner of Police Gary Mackenzie, said personnel have been deployed to maintain order in areas where traffic signals are not in service. "One of the things that we have been doing is to monitor our major intersections. Where there is a lot of traffic, we have sought to take control of those major intersections and control traffic in other areas. We try to be present to ensure that traffic flows freely and that there is order," Mackenzie said. "At this particular time, there is debris, there is silt, there is some amount of waste material that is on the roadway, and this could prove very difficult to maneuver, especially to motorcyclists," he pointed out. Consequently, Mackenzie urges motorists to ensure they navigate the roadways with extreme caution. The necessity to be careful cannot be overstated. We recognize that electricity is out not only where intersections are concerned, but as it relates to streetlights and within some communities. So during the night, we try to occupy strategic points along the highways and the main thoroughfares to ensure that we are visible and are able to assist the motorists in the case of emergencies, the senior policeman said. Mackenzie advised that the police will continue to monitor the roadways in the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl's passage. "We continue to sweep the streets to ensure that if there are any obstructions, we can continue communicating with the National Works Agency. We are very much in touch still with ODPEM and other key partners so that where we have situations that need to be dealt with, then we deal with them," the PSTEB chief said. Road traffic deaths pass the 200 mark, says RSU. Road traffic deaths have now passed the 200 mark this year, reaching 202 as at Friday, July 5. This is according to the Island Traffic Authority's Road Safety Unit in its latest weekly bulletin released on Friday. Of note is that despite passing 200 road deaths this year, fatalities are down 8%, representing 17 fewer deaths when compared to the corresponding period in 2023. 3 fatalities were recorded during the course of last week: a pedestrian, a motorcyclist, and 1 passenger of a private motor car. The RSU said the 202 fatalities on record as of July 5 resulted from 175 fatal crashes. Significantly, fatal crashes are down 13%. Meanwhile, the RSU is also reporting that 65 motorcyclists have been killed in crashes this year compared to 69 for the corresponding period in 2023. 39 pedestrians have been killed in 2024 compared to 49 in 2023, and 34 drivers of private motor cars have been killed this year compared to 33 in 2023. Additionally, 22 passengers of private motor cars have been killed this year compared to 18 last year. The RSU said excessive speed with no regard to road conditions was responsible for 48 road deaths this year almost identical to the 46 who perished during the same period in 2023. Failure on the part of road users to keep to the near side or proper traffic lane resulted in 38 deaths. This is 6 fewer than the 44 who died last year. And the 18 deaths recorded so far this year were caused by pedestrians who walked or stood in the road. 14 died under similar circumstances in 2023. To date, males and females account for 86% and 14% respectively of the road fatalities as of July 5, 2024. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.